and yet have so few of. I hope this book will help readers not only think historically, but also reflect upon how important civility is in our troubled and contentious times. Carl R. Truman, Christian theologian and ecclesiastical historian, professor of biblical and religious studies, Grove City College. Chapter 1. Stuck in the Present. A church which has lost its memory of the past can only wander about aimlessly in the present and despair of its future. Having lost its identity, it will lose its mission and its hope as well. David C. Steinmetz. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. George Santayana. History is more or less bunk. It's tradition. We don't want tradition. We want to live in the present, and the only history that is worth a tinker's damn is the history that we make today. Henry Ford. I am finishing the final edits of this book during the coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic. Like many Americans, I am quarantined in my house. As I write this, we are in the 6th month of this crisis, and no one knows how long it will last or how difficult the days ahead will be. Some are willing to speculate, but many of these pronouncements don't seem to be worth any serious consideration. To some, writing a book in the midst of a global crisis may seem like a bad use of time. I disagree and take my cue from G.K. Chesterton, who said there is always a great need for thoughtful people, especially during trying times. The thoughtful person, according to Chesterton, may prove to be the most helpful. Those who do not like to think make decisions based on things that commonly work. Thoughtful people will consider options outside established norms or patterns. In some small way, I hope this book vindicates Chesterton's sage counsel. Let me say a few words about the title, Stuck in the Present, How History Frees and Forms Christians. I find many Christians uninterested in the study of history. This lack of enthusiasm, as I will argue throughout this book, is not only a shame, but limits one's formation as a Christian. Ironically, paying attention to what is transpiring in the present does not give the proper context to evaluate what is actually transpiring in the present. We need a longer view to evaluate and make sense of the present. We need a grounding in the full sweep of human events. Greater familiarity with the lived experience of our fellow humans throughout the ages gives us better tools for living wisely in our own time. Growing in our appreciation for history frees us from the shackles of modern-day hucksters who try to convince us that the present is all that matters. As we will see, history frees and forms Christians in a myriad of wonderful ways. A continual study, and our study of the past should be lifelong, makes one less vulnerable to whatever fads are in vogue at present. Studying history offers wisdom for every imaginable situation we encounter under the sun. Studying the past puts us in contact with people whose handling of their own challenges supplies us with a much-needed perspective for our own. It is great fun to have those aha moments when we begin to connect the dots between various events. This takes place, for example, when one makes the connection that the growing democratic spirit in America of the early 19th century not only was realized in the so-called political arena, but was increasingly embodied in the working assumptions of the Church. Let me add another example from my engagement with Voltaire's fascinating book, Candide. During my reading, I wondered whether the wealthy Venetian character by the name of Pococurante, who said he was tired of both beautiful women and paintings, happened to be a good example of ennui, or what we Americans have come to understand as boredom. Boredom, like everything else,